Gentlemen, Antonio here. Okay, today we're going to talk about 5 reasons why the right athletic clothing can actually increase your performance. Why it matters when you're going to the gym that you actually have clothing that you like, that you feel confident in, that you actually enjoy. Now, I know a lot of you guys are thinking, Antonio, I can just throw on any old beat up cotton shirt, just wear a pair of beat up shorts, anything. I could go in barefoot. Well, maybe you can actually get kicked out of the gym. But the point is, you're saying, does this stuff really matter? Why would I spend extra money on clothing that I'm just going to sweat in and it's going to get torn up, and I'm just going to go lift some weights, throw around those weights? Why do I need to dress sharp? Guys, I'm going to give you 5 reasons. A number of these are backed up by science studies, and I'm going to be pretty transparent. Some of the studies actually conflicted each other a bit, and I'm going to talk about in what case would it be worth spending money? Because there's a lot of clothing out there. This is a huge market. It's growing very rapidly. I've seen companies like Under Armour go from nothing to being now a billion-dollar company. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'm going to give you guys my favorite shirt, my favorite pair of shorts. And I tested out about 12 shirts, tested out about 7 pairs of shorts. I'm going to have a full list. Let me know down in the comments below if you guys want the full list, if you'd be curious for me to do a full review. But in today's article, in today's video, I want to talk specifically about what are the 5 things that you should look for and that you should be thinking about, and why you should invest in good quality workout clothing. So, a little bit of background about me. I did play athletics in college. I was a track runner, ran cross country. I also played football when I was in high school, ran track and cross country in high school. So I have a little bit of a background in this. And again, I've seen the industry change, and because so much money is in this industry, because some of this clothing is so expensive, I want you to be able to go out there and make an informed buying decision. So let's talk about point number 1. Why does it matter? Confidence. I talked about that a little bit in there, but this really does make a difference. If you believe the clothing you're wearing is going to help you perform better, it actually will. Study after study has shown when you believe, when you have that belief, and it's from the field of enclothed cognition, a few other fields as well. But if you believe those shoes are going to make you faster, if you believe that shirt is going to make you, be able to feel better, look better in the gym, if you're confident in it, you're going to feel better. You're not only going to want to go to the gym, but when you're there, you're going to perform slightly better. Now, this isn't something that if you've been pushing and maxing out, that if you're wearing a whole new set of clothing, that you're going to go in there and get your new max bench press. Not saying that. But what I am saying is it does have a noticeable difference when you're confident in what you have versus if you're not confident. Good example, my son, he just got an Under Armour sweatshirt. I can tell you he wears this thing everywhere. He feels really good in it. Another example, I bought my son a really nice lightweight tennis racket. He plays tennis on Saturdays. And the day he brought that tennis racket in, he had his best performance ever. The coach came up to me and said, Alex did really good today. He said all these great things. And it was because he was kind of running on. He was really happy that he had a racket he felt good about, was balanced correctly. And so when you have the right tools, when you have the right clothing, when you have the right shoes, you're going to feel better, and that's going to translate into better performance. All right, guys? So confident, psychological effect, it is real. Point number 2, performance. Yes, there are certain outfits, especially in swimming, that have been banned because they actually do shave time off. They make you more aerodynamic in the water. Now, they may be banned in competitive swimming, but if you go swim over on the weekends and you actually spend money on a nice swimsuit, it's going to not only make you're going to feel better in the pool, you're going to feel more confident, but you also may perform a bit better. Now let's get into something that's maybe not everyone here swims. You guys may be looking for something that's really practical. What about a shirt that wicks away moisture from the body, that actually cools you down? The problem with having all that sweat, and if you've got something that's not breathable, then all of a sudden it's not going to allow your body to do what it's naturally trying to do, and that's release heat and to cool down your body. So you want something that performs well. Running shoes, you want to make sure they got the right traction. Wearing running shoes on a soccer field, not a great idea if you're playing soccer. You're not going to get traction. But in the gym, those same shoes are going to work great, and you want to have, if you're going to be jumping on boxes, if you're going to go out running on the fields or go running on the road, you want to have the right gear. Otherwise, you could slip, you could fall, you could injure yourself. Okay, guys? So we talked about performance. Let's go into protection. I like, and I have a lot of running gear that is longer sleeved, longer legged. Reason being, I live in Wisconsin. It gets really cold here. And when that icy cold wind hits my legs, hits my arms, I want to have clothing that protects me. I've got special gloves. I've got even a full mask so I can go out running. I don't usually go out running when it's below zero, but I will go running in 10-degree weather, 15-degree weather. I mean, that's perfectly fine. And because I've got the clothing that protects me from the elements, it also does a great job of wicking the moisture away from my body and not, freezing up on me. So for those of you guys down in, let's say, South Texas, you're over in the Middle East, you're over down in South Africa, Australia, you maybe have a different issue. It gets really hot and the sun is just beating down on you. Well, guess what? You maybe want to have a hat that protects you when you're out running or you're out hiking. That's good. A hat is a big one. A lot of guys ignore. But also have something that's long sleeve. That way you don't have to throw sunblock and possibly clog up those pores, but you can actually still sweat and protect yourself from the sun. Also, we want to look at, special gloves. If you're going into the gym, I know a lot of you guys wear gloves simply because you don't want to get all those calluses on your hands, or if you're going to be out there, climbing rocks, doing some type of other sports, you want to make sure you've got the right clothing that's going to protect your body. Okay, so let's talk about 4, freedom of movement. Now, this one's important because if you buy the wrong clothing, if you buy something that's really cheap, it may not actually fit you well. I know some of you guys out there, you see something's on sale, 70% off. You buy it, and if it doesn't fit you properly, bad. I know some of you guys have probably done this on shoes. You thought, it's almost the right size, but I'm going to buy it just because it's 80% off. This is a great deal. Well, guess what? It never feels good. That's really bad. We know, most of us know not to do this, but we do it all the time, unfortunately, when it comes to shirts, when it comes to shorts. The problem is when you buy a pair of shorts that are too big on you, the crotch is going to ride lower. When the crotch rides lower, you don't have the same freedom of movement. So focus in on freedom of movement. You don't want to not have freedom of movement because if you're doing an exercise, especially a compound exercise, you may actually end up doing it wrong because your clothing is restricting you. So point number 5, compression. This is the one I'm going to bring the studies into. So they did a 2013 study over in Germany, and they found that compression clothing actually helped recovery and performance. They did a 2015 study, though, in the United States, and they found that there was no effect of compression clothing. So they've done a few studies back and forth besides these other ones, and what they find is it's kind of a wash. However, getting back to point number 1, if you believe that compression clothing is going to help you with performance, if you've noticed a noticeable difference because you feel you have more control, or perhaps you've got a little bit of extra weight and that compression clothing kind of keeps you all together at this point, which, believe me, for women, they know this more than we do, that yes, you want certain compression clothing in certain areas. The point is compression has not been shown to have a negative effect. So if you believe in it, and if you haven't tested it, maybe give compression clothing a shot. Again, the German study said it was good to go. A lot of the American studies are saying they can't really notice a difference, but no studies are saying that they're seeing a negative effect. All right, guys, you've made it to the end of the video. Let me show you. This is the shirt. It's made by Task, which stands for Technical All-Season Comfort. I like it. It's about half bamboo, about 40% cotton, and it's got some synthetics. I love it. It actually is incredibly soft, wicks away the moisture from my body. This is the shirt I grab in the mornings. I had about, like I said, about 12 other ones that I tested, and I will have a full list over at Realman Real Style if you're curious, because there were some other ones that were really good. This one was a little bit more expensive, I think about 30 to 40 bucks per shirt, but if you're looking for something that was half the price and I thought was still pretty good, I'll link that over. And what were the shorts? Made by Strong Body. Now, what I really like about Strong Body, 92% polyester, 8% spandex. They use actually a coating on this that makes it odor resistant. They use like a crushed crustacean on this stuff. But what I really liked about these shorts was the fit and the way that they went right above the knee. And when I was lifting weights, when I'm in the gym, when I'm lifting my legs up, I don't have to worry. I mean, I really like how they fit on my leg. A lot of shorts, they're just way too baggy. These things fit very close. So whether I was running, whether I was lifting weights, I'd have to say Strong Body has the best shorts I have ever worn. And I'm very, very happy with these. They've actually sent me a couple other pieces that I'm going to be testing over the next few months. So guys, that's it. Let me know in the comments down below some of your tips, what you think I missed, what you think I should have added, maybe some of your favorite brands of clothing that you've had great luck with. Guys, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.